Hi everybody, this is Alexander McKinnon, and for this video here I'm going to be talking about a very unusual experience that I've had growing up here. Some of you all know that I am part Russian, and what I mean by that is that my mom's side is Russian, my dad's side is American, and for this video here I'm going to be telling you about the weird experience that I've had in the US of going to a Russian school. So the first thing is that this school was kind of like a private school, and I went there with my sister when I was in the fifth grade. I think she was probably in kindergarten or first grade or so. And school was, from where we lived back then, it was kind of far away, and we went there, I think only on Saturdays. I don't remember for sure. Um, and the school, everybody there already spoke Russian, so I thought it was something unusual because I thought this was like to teach people how to like starting to talk Russian. Because especially at that point, I was uh, kind of confused with Russian. I feel that was at that time. So we woke up early in the morning. I felt that we woke up like at 6. My family claims that we woke up at like 9. Um, I thought the school was like 8 o'clock in the morning till 2 or something like that. Um, Turns out, I think it was probably around 10 a.m. to 2, so about 4 hours, give or take. But what's weird is the classes had 3 breaks in them. I think there were two 15-minute breaks and one 30-minute break. Or might have been, and on one day they had a weird thing where it was like 45 minutes or an hour, then a 15-minute break, and then a 30-minute break or something, some weird system like that. So they had lesson plans that were around 45 minutes or so. One I think was like an hour and a half. And it's very weird because everyone there was born in Russia. So some of them don't even speak English well. And what's very odd is that a lot of them expected us to already know before in depth in Russian. That was the case with some students, so that kind of made some of the classes unbalanced. And doing more research, I found out that this particular school, I'm not going to mention the name at this time, they had some system where I think it was $50 a month, which is expensive for some, expensive not for some, depending on who you ask. I personally think it's expensive. Um, so we got there. A lot of kids were expected to dress up. Some kids came in with like full suit and tie. Um, some people just decided to dress up formally. I dressed up uh, what people would call like business casual, not at my point of what I call formal or informal, but over time at that school, I felt that this was a place I should just dress up however I like. But in Russian traditions, people are supposed to dress up for school, usually. So we got there to school. I had, for the first like half of the school, I had one teacher. And then something happened to the teacher, from what I remember, and we were given a different teacher. My mom managed to catch some deal with that school in which she was teaching there, and my sister and I got to attend the school for free. And I think my grandmother came there every now and then to help out too, but I don't remember much of that either. Um, the big things I remember in particular, one, I remember getting stung by a bee there, and they had very bad bug problems there when I went there. I think it's probably nothing like that now. Um, so that would have been like over, geez, when I was probably 11, so I'm like 20. So 10 years ago. Um, yeah, so the school was actually built inside of a church. And so basically, the person who owned the church, I mean, not owned the church, I think they rented out some of the rooms for the school. And I actually met the lady who was the principal, or in the Russian version, they call it like a director. Um, and it was a lady who later became friends with my mom and my grandmother. Very nice lady. I was friends with her for back in the day. Um, I went there, and it was a very unusual experience in that they forced us to do a lot of homework, and at that point I wasn't used to it because I was already tired of going to like regular school in the States, pretty much, which was like Monday through Friday, and usually I had Saturday and Sunday off, and I usually would love to spend that time relaxing or whatever. And I didn't like it at all that I had to go to school on Saturday, especially like I don't even like it really now, but something I managed to do now with college, but back then I definitely hated it. Um, so I went there. My sister, her assignments or homework was always to remember some kind of like little poem in Russian. And it was usually something very stupid or like a nursery rhyme or something. From what I remember, we rarely did any talking. And whatever talking we did was usually involved either something like biblical or related to Christianity, or something that's like very Soviet style USSR thinking. So half the time I really didn't know what on earth I was talking about. And I think these kids who were like the top class or whatever, or like top in the class who knew everything, was doing the best grades, were kids whose parents were like rich people and who are trying to force their kids to know Russian. And I'm pretty much, for all my life, especially growing up, I've been like in a middle class. And it's funny because the students there were either like preppy kids dressed up as if they were going to some corporate meeting or something. And those people usually are the ones who are like either greedy, kind of snobby, pushy, having that personality in which they're like, oh, I'm better than you. Or there was like an opposite side, which were like people who are really kind of like idiots, sort of. They didn't really know anything. And you could tell they were from like poor families. So it was, you didn't really get anyone in the middle, which was weird, and I was kind of like in the middle. During the breaks, the teachers love to give everybody these weird like bagels that I'm pretty sure now thinking about that they got for free from Panera Bread, because there's some Panera Breads near where I live that at midnight or something they like to give out leftovers or extra like overbaked goods that they give out to people. So yeah, that was like the weird like basics thing about the Russian school. This video is meant to be like a basic overlap or giving out the explanation of that school. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and subscribe for more. Hope you all enjoy this video, and I do plan on posting another video about the Russian school later on in the future. And I hope you all enjoy. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and hope to see you all next time. See you all later. Bye-bye.